I was also told that she raised her hand to my son. I have never come across people like that before. Get ready for tea. My water melted because it's 93 degrees outside. That's how hot the tea today is gonna be. Just Southern California things. What's up, you guys? What's going on? How's your day doing? Mine's very hot. My door's closed, all the lights are on me. Air conditioner is not working right now, and neither is the fan, so I'm dying. So anyways, before I get into the video, send to friend for song shout out. All you have to do is subscribe, thumbs up this video, send it to a friend, DM me or comment when you're done. Feel free to send a screenshot and I'll shout you out on my next video and say a song I think you should listen to. I have great music taste. Good luck. Mwah. So before I get into this wild, crazy, horror babysitting story time video, I just want to say a couple disclaimers for my own sake and for yours, so you understand the purpose of this video right. This is just my own interpretation of my own experience that is shared for entertainment purposes only. This video is not meant to bash, expose, or offend anyone. It's coming from truly a place of love, and I am sending only best wishes and love to all the people involved in the story. Love my Russian accent when it pops out. Aww. I just feel like from every experience you have to make the best of it and look on the bright side, because there's always a bright side and it's typically much brighter than the dark one. But alright, let's get into the video. Oh yeah, also it's my first ever story time, so don't be too harsh. I tried filming one before, it didn't work out. If you guys don't already know, I have a job. I've had multiple ones in the past. I'm a babysitter. I don't work for a company, though I probably should. I'm only 15 years old, so. How I get my jobs is from this app called Nextdoor. Nextdoor, if you want to sponsor me, just hit me up, boo. On Nextdoor, whenever I see an announcement about needing a babysitter, I always respond. Like part-time nannies, that's me, sister. Because I genuinely love spending time with children and I love babysitting, and it's a fun way to make some extra coin and make your wallet thick. I like earning my own money and I just like the independence that it gives me. I saw this announcement on Nextdoor about needing a babysitter, part-time or full-time. And then I directly messaged the lady, let's call her Karen, because I feel like she always asks for the manager at every place she goes. I said, good afternoon, I just have come upon your post on Nextdoor about needing an occasional babysitter. So I would like you to know that I would love to help out if the position is still available. I have a big family and I've been babysitting the younger ones since I can remember. In addition, I'm currently working with a 3-year-old 2 to 4 times a week, but my weekends are typically free. I would love to help out Vera. And then she started asking me about my rate. So I said I charge $15 an hour because that's what I've been charging ever since I started working. It got to the point where we exchanged phone numbers and she was like, just text me. Can I have your previous employer's number? And I said, okay. So I asked the woman whose son I'm working with right now if it would be okay to do so, and she said yes, definitely. And I said, okay, great. Then my employer right now, she started texting me like, oh, like this woman's calling me, she's asking how much I charge, and then she was like, is it okay if I tell her? And I was like, yeah, sure, go ahead. You know, if you need to know, you need to know. So typically what this is for recommendations. If I were hiring somebody, I would also want to make sure that they're legit and their work ethic is like fine, whatever. And you know what I mean? It's gonna turn interesting towards the end of the story. I texted Karen and I was like, hi, this is Vera. I'm 15 years old and I'm going to be a sophomore in high school. Feel free to contact my employer at blah 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 blah. Karen started asking me like, who will transport you to my house, because I'm 15, I can't drive, I don't have a car. And I said I usually ride my bicycle depending how close it is, and then locations, whatever. So then she said, so I'd be happy to try you out as an occasional babysitter. However, I have other girls who work for me who are older, CPR certified, have their own cars, and even swim coaches who charge me $13 or less. All I need is an occasional sitter to come play with my kids so I can have time to myself every once in a while. I don't require any cleaning, no meal or food prep, no transporting, etc. Since you're so young, I'd rather start you off with pay rate until you're older and or I require more work from you. How does that sound? I was a full-time nanny 2 years ago and only made 12-15 hours, so I have a hard time paying high school girls more than I ever made. LOL. And I said, I'd be very happy to play with your kids, but my rate is still $15 an hour. And then she said, okay, we'll have you for today. I'd like you to come around 3:20 to meet the kids and discuss our rules. Then you can take them to the community pool to swim for 2 hours. Then she asked if I accept PayPal or cash, and I said, cash only, please. Thank you. That like bargaining, I don't get it. And then she said, I might have you for 2.5 hours. Let's see after you get here if that's okay. And I said, that's fine. See you at 3:20. And then she said, please bring your bathing suits. So I was like, okay. Yesterday was like very freaking hot. So I brought my bathing suit. I wore it under my clothes and I wore shorts on top and a shirt. The dumbass that I am, I left the house later than I should have because I was thinking that I have to be there at 3:30. So anyways, I came at 3:30. Her garage was open, which I mean, that typically happens. And I came on my little bicycle and I was like, hi, my name is Vera, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, hi, my name is Karen. So then I met her and then she went over the rules. I was supposed to come 10 minutes earlier to go over the rules, but I was running late. We left punctuality. She has a girl and a boy and I was gonna go to the pool with them. So the girl, she is 2 years old, the boy's 6. The kids are really nice. I mean, I love like all kids. So then we went to the pool. She told me to carry this ginormous cart with me. Like it was filled to the brim with pool toys, pool mattresses, like everything. So I was like, all right. So I took it. We went to the community pool. That's like 3 minutes away. It's really close by. The kids showed me where it is. So before I left the house, she went over the rules. So the rules were the 6-year-old boy, he can swim. Like he's fine. Just I have to make sure that he doesn't tire himself out, you know, because maybe kids tend to do that sometimes. And then the girl, the 2-year-old, she can't really swim. So she has to wear floaties at all times, and it's okay for her not to wear floaties if she's on the steps. They can go into the hot tub, but it's a really hot day, so not for too long. And I was like, all right. Since she said to bring the bathing suit, I was like, So I asked her, should I be in the water at all times? And she said, what I typically do is I swim for some time and then I play with the kids until other kids come around. That's how I interpreted what she said. So I was like, all right. We came to the pool. There were a lot of kids. A lot of kids. So the little children that I was babysitting, they just went into the pool straight away. They were like, can we go? And I said, yeah, of course. I was watching them at all times. I was sitting on like those chairs and I was really close by the pool. So if anything were to happen, I would like jump right in. I'm serious. So I didn't deem it necessary to go into the pool because there were already all these kids to play with. The 2-year-old, I put on her floaties and she was in the pool. She was just fine, watching her at all times like a hawk. I would never put a child's safety in jeopardy, ever. She then texted me, okay, we'll keep you till 6. And I started working at 3:30, so that's 2.5 hours. And I was like, sounds good. So we were at the pool. The kids had a lot of fun, you know. She packed them snacks, they ate the snacks, like everything was good. And then they started saying that they wanted to go to the playground that was right next to the pool. So I said, all right, but change first. So they changed into their normal clothes. I took all the stuff, the heavy freaking cart with me, and we went to the playground. So the playground, I mean, honestly, it was really fun, even for me. The reason why I love babysitting is because I get to have fun with kids. That's it. So we played a bunch of games like Monster where I chased them and I'm supposed to catch them. And then we played like Castle with the girl. She kept calling me Anna or like Elsa. Kids are frozen obsessed. That's fine, but it's really funny. We came back to their house at 6, like she said. So at 6:01 I texted her, we are here. Before I left, she said like, if the kids want to go home, it's fine, but just let me know because that's a mistake the last babysitter made. So I was sure to take note of it. Like, I promise you, I'm a good babysitter. Like, I feel like I'm really good with kids. I'm good at following rules and all. Then she invited me into the house to get paid, basically, because I take cash only. And there were like 2 dogs and a cat, I think. But one of the dogs, she was like jumping around. And by the way, she bit me. Honestly, I think it was my fault, but I was just trying to pet her because she was like jumping on my legs. I was trying to pet her and she bit my finger. Playfully, but still. And she scratched me a lot too. I think there's still some ones on my legs. That's okay. And the kids, when we were going home, they're like, you're the best. Like, stay for more. Seriously. They were like, oh, maybe you can come inside the house because that's what the last babysitter did. And I said, I don't think I can because I gotta go home. And they're like, oh, can you come tomorrow? And I was like, tell your mommy that. So they did. And then their mom was like, I came into the kitchen and like the money was laid out and I was like, okay. Some of it was in cash, but also some of it was in coins. And I was just a little bit confused at first. And she's like, oh, I'm really sorry. Because usually she said that they have like a box of babysitting money and her husband must have used it all. And since I don't take PayPal, she had to pay me coins. And she's like, oh, I just laid it out right here so you know that I'm not like trying to fool you or anything. And I was like, yeah, totally fine. Do you have a bag or something? So she gave me a Ziploc. I put it in my pocket and I'm at home. So I come home, I feel like I have a freaking heat stroke because I was in the sun the whole day. In the morning I went to the beach with my family and then I had this babysitting job. Then she texts me and she's like, hi, at 6:11. That was when I don't think I had gotten home yet because I don't say like I got lost on the way back. It takes me 10 minutes to get home, but I got lost. So it took me like 20. Hi, did you get in the pool with them? And I said, hi, I had my swimsuit with me just in case. And I was watching them very closely at all times. There were a lot of kids that were playing with though, so I didn't deem it necessary. I didn't think that she meant getting the pool was a safety aspect. It was my first ever time going to the pool with kids. Like I just didn't really know how that worked. So I thought it was just like a fun playful aspect. But once again, her children were not in jeopardy. Like, I can promise that. They were just fine. I was watching them very closely. If anything were to happen, I had it under control. Everything was good. 6:28, she says, I'm sorry, but I asked you to specifically get into the pool with them at first. I told you it wasn't necessary to be with them the whole time, but told you to get into the pool, mostly for my daughter. Would you mind explaining? I paid you top dollar care for my children and you blatantly ignored my instructions. I'm not happy and I'm honestly worried for my children. I took a shower, so I responded a little bit later. But honestly, I kind of understood. I mean, I really understand. If I were the employer and I was paying somebody that didn't follow my instructions, I would also be frustrated. I completely understand. I have no problem with this part. So I said, ma'am, I must have misunderstood and I'm very sorry for that. I completely understand your frustration with me right now. I thought you meant I would have to stay in the water until there were other children to play with, and there were from the beginning. The last thing I wanted to do was to make you unhappy and worried for your children. I'll be sure to very specifically clarify and ask questions if I do not completely understand something, but I can assure you that I was watching at all times and your children were safe. I'm very sorry, ma'am. And I followed it up with, it must have been a miscommunication on my part and I deeply apologize for that. So I apologized. I felt a little bit bad, like a little bit upset with myself. But you know what happened? She ignored my text, by the way. She never responded. And I was like, okay, well, I guess that's it. So I just thought that, you know, she would just never let me near her children again. And I was honestly okay with that. I understood. Next day, today actually. That whole thing happened yesterday, but today I went to the pool and I was going to bake for whatever. And my current employer, she sends me this message. Karen said to her, hi there. I'm not one to complain, but I wanted to tell you with my concerns with Vera today, as I'm also a mother. I asked her to specifically take my children to the pool and get in with my 3-year-old daughter who doesn't know how to swim. I was informed by my 6-year-old son and later by her that she never accompanied them in the water, which is huge for me. She let her swim by herself and I feel that is very disrespectful. I was also told that she raised her hand to my son. Moving on. If you ever need another recommendation for sitters that follow rules and my kids end up loving, please let me know. I got a lot of bad vibes from her. Sorry for the voice, guys, but I just need to distinguish it, you know? Okay, so I saw it at the bank and I got a little bit upset. Then I got home and I told my mom and I teared up a little bit and I started crying a little bit. It got me a little bit upset. But the thing is, I don't get it. I gave you my previous employer's number for like a recommendation, like a background check, you know, in a way. I'm not trying to tell her that I'm a bad babysitter because I've been working with her son for some time now and everything is good. My face is glistening, y'all. Regarding what she said, the not getting in the pool with her daughter, that was a total misunderstanding and I admit it. I mean, we just didn't understand each other there. But her kids, they were fine, okay? Did I ever raise a hand to her son? No, never. I would never, ever, ever, ever do such a thing. Ever. No, that's not me. Literally, never. I do not tolerate child abuse or abuse in general. No, I'm not a violent person. I would never do such a thing, ever. Okay, I wasn't there for that, but I'm pretty sure her children didn't tell her that. Because when I was leaving, as I mentioned before, her children, they were begging me to stay. They were like, maybe you can come inside the house, like play with my toys. Because I don't know what other babysitters do, but I play with kids when I babysit, okay? When we were at the playground, that's also like a little red flag, but the boy, he was like, how old are you? And I said, I'm 15. And he was like, oh, there was a babysitter last time who was 17, and I think she was the oldest, and there was one that was 14. So clearly they have a lot of babysitters. And I was like, oh, okay. Cool. They hugged me at the end. Everything was fine, honestly. I think I had a pretty good relationship with the kids because I was nice to them. I played with them. They didn't shout at me once or like cry or scream. Everything was just fine. I'm good with kids, I'm telling you, cuh. So then my employer, she said, hi Vera, the lady seems mad at me. And I said when I got home, I was like, good morning. I'm very sad to hear that you were misinformed by that lady from yesterday. I did not receive clear instructions about going to the pool with the kids and getting in the water. I can assure you that they were safe at all times because I was told that I was just supposed to watch them. What she said about me raising a hand to her son was very much untrue. I would never, ever, ever do such a thing. Ever. I'm very sorry you had to be put in the middle of this, but you have known me as Blank's babysitter for a while now, and you can be sure I would never put a child's safety at risk. I sent this message this morning. I wouldn't ever do that, ever. And then she said, yes, I can't believe that raise hand thing. It's not you. I really trust you. Blank is always safe and happy with you. We both like you so much. Because I told her that you were so good, she gave me this message. I'm very sad. I don't know what I should explain to her. Let's forget this. Won't talk about this anymore. Have a good day. And I said, thank you for understanding. You have a wonderful day as well. I mean, honestly, like, I love my employer and her son. It's just such great family. And then I texted Karen and I said, I'm very saddened by the misunderstanding that took place yesterday regarding my responsibilities. I'm also saddened that you're now attempting to ruin my reputation in the eyes of my employer on the basis of false accusations. Best wishes. Oh my god. Yeah, that's the story so far, and I really hope it ends right there. So this video is like me completely letting go. The reason why I decided to film the story time, or why I thought it was worthy of making a whole video about the situation, is because I have never come across people like that before. What Karen did, like regarding misunderstanding, I understand. Like, don't hire me again, don't talk to me again, like block me, whatever. But taking it to my current employer is a little bit strange, I think. Personally, I looked at it from her point of view and I was like, I mean, I get it. I get how she must feel right now. But if I were to hire somebody and they didn't follow my clear instructions, I would not call or text their current employer to inform them how bad of a job they're doing. Like, if my current employer had a problem with me, I think she'd tell me and I wouldn't have the job anymore. That's just me. It's a kind of moral of the story kind of thing. If you are working with somebody, be sure to be detail oriented. I'm gonna take this lesson with me to the grave. So now if there are like rules, I'll be sure to follow them to the freaking dot. I'll write it down. I'll like record them saying it just so I have reference, you know. If I don't understand something, I'll ask questions. But if you are the employer, make sure your expectations align with your instructions. That's kind of important. So I feel like this was honestly a very good lesson for me. What I can say though is don't let people get you down. No matter what they say, no matter what they do. If you know that you are in the right, you stay in the right, sweetie. You do you, boo. Alright? Okay, I had to change my SD card. If you ever come across anybody like that, I get that it can be frustrating. I really do. When people are trying to ruin your reputation or do like something to hurt you, just think, bite me twice to break your teeth, and you say, and you mean it. Best wishes. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Participate in the Send to Friend for Song shout out. I'm so excited to do this, man. I'm sweating really hot, but I'm also sweating from excitement, I think. Thank you guys for sticking with me for however long this video is gonna be. Today, like any day, is a good day to have a good day, and thank you for being a part of mine. Bye. I'm a sweaty mess right now.